Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Screwball Toy Hunts back here with another Marvel Legends review, and today we're going to be looking at Gambit from X-Men 97. So let's get into it. But before we get into that, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video today. Can we get a minimum of 100 likes on today's videos? That is the best way you can help me grow this channel is by hitting that like button. And speaking of growing the channel, we are doing a giveaway. We are giving away a Marvel Legend of your choosing. All you got to do is be publicly subscribed, like this video, turn on the post notifications for all the content you see on the channel, and last but certainly not least, leave a comment in the comment section on your favorite memory with Marvel Legends of all time, and I will pick the winner once we hit 3,000 subscribers. So there's that. So let's get into it. So of course, if you guys have been following the channel, we have been reviewing the X-Men 97 set. We have reviewed Storm and we have reviewed Rogue so far, so go check those two videos out. Today we are going to be reviewing Gambit, and then on Saturday we'll be reviewing Bishop. I saved the Bishop for last because I am genuinely curious with this figure. People are saying he is the best figure in the entire set. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, I don't have all six. I couldn't get Magneto because someone bought him, and someone also bought Wolverine. So I bought these four. They had them at my Walmart. October 1st, if you guys are unaware, October 1st, this Sunday, I mean as in Target, Target should be getting these in on October 1st, so check that out. So we're going to be reviewing Gambit today, and I'll put Storm here to the side. Having trouble with standing these guys, by the way. Like, two women's figures, by the way, they just won't stand. I don't know what it is, but luckily I got them to stand for now. So let's take a look at Gambit. So we have some really cool artwork on the left side of the package. This figure is very, very heavy, I will say. Probably the heaviest figure. You would think maybe it was Bishop, because look at this. I want to show you guys. I'm gonna knock down Rogue, put Rogue down to the side here. I want to get a good look before I open these of the bubble on Rogue, or I should say Bishop and Gambit. His bubble is literally double the size. I don't know if you could tell, but it's probably because of that gun sling he has right there. You can tell. We'll open that tomorrow, but he is like. Gambit is by far the heaviest, at least out of the four that I have opened so far and reviewed. So let's look at the package here. Again, I love this package, and there goes Storm again. These female figures just don't stand. I don't know what it is, but the packaging is very, very nice. I do thoroughly enjoy the packaging. In person, I don't know how it does on camera and like justice-wise on camera. But in person, it's very vibrant, as it should be, because it's a 90s show. In the 90s, everything was vibrant, and even in the 80s. So you have all the characters on the top here. You can get on the look on the back. We got a little read-up, or I should say his name, and we got the picture of the figure. And everyone else you can get in the set, all the legal stuff. And if you want to buy this figure, take a picture of that UPC right there and have your Target employee scan it. And if they're not on the shelf October 1st, all you gotta do is if your store has them, just ask that employee who you find in the electronics section or whatever to scan that code. That's all you gotta do. And if they're friendly enough, which mostly they are, they will go and back and check the back for you, which 9 out of 10 times happens. Occasionally there's a couple out there that don't tend to do it, but it is what it is. So. Must have dropped his staff. Where did his staff go? There it is. Yep, I dropped his staff right out of the package. So, let's see, we had his staff here. Accessories, let me pull these out. Yep, there goes. Oh, these are jumping out of the package, man. We have a card, and we have this one's taped in. The big hand accessory is taped in. We got this accessory. And let's pop the figure out of the package now. There we go. So, first test always, any Marvel Legend review I ever do, can he stand on his own? And the answer to that is yes. That's a good thing. That's a good thing right out the start, because that is always the first test I always do, and that test pretty much determines to me whether or not that figure is a W or an L. So that is a good start right off the rip. Again, these female figures, they don't like to stand. Particularly her. She'll stand. She won't. I don't know what it is with her. But So let's get into it. Overall, the first feeling I get from this figure is I like it. I like it. But before we get into that, let's review the accessories that he comes with first. So, like I said, it comes with a staff, a nice staff. It has some blue, navy blue metallic paint on it. You can kind of tell it's metallic just by me just doing this. You could kind of tell. So it's really nice. It has some etching every, I guess, I like to say that's maybe every inch. There's a hash mark. That's pretty cool. And then we got a card accessory. So he has the Ace of Hearts accessory here with like a nice little magical effect to it. And then the other accessory, which is probably by far my favorite, he has a right, left hand accessory. So my right, your left sort of thing, hand accessory with the Ace of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, and Ace of Spades. So he has an ace. Pretty much every single card is an ace, which is pretty cool. So I like that a lot. So I'm sure we will pop this hand in and out of the figure as we go along with this review. So the first thing I want to do is this is supposed to go in between his two hands, or actually this hand right here. So I guess let's try that out. So I guess all you got to do, I don't know which way it goes, but fits like a glove. It fits like a glove. So there's that. So that will, I'm trying to shake it out. It will not shake out. So that's a plus. So if you put it like that, which I think it's how you're supposed to put it, because obviously you don't want to put it the other way around, goes in like a glove. It doesn't move. I could shake it out. It won't even shake out. Look at that. So, oh, I lied. I lied. Never mind. It does shake out. So let's start with the face scan. Let's start with the face scan, of course, and we'll work our way down and we'll go over posability and all things like that. But overall, like the feeling of this figure, like, you know, sometimes when you do these, like, you know, openings, you could just tell how good the figure is just by, like, you know, feeling it like right out of the package. And I will say, out of these three I reviewed so far, this one is by far, I think, the best in terms of like feeling, if that makes any sense. So let's look at the head scan first. So the head scan, well, there, like I said, there goes the women's figures falling over again, man. What can I say, man? What can I say? I'm gonna have to like lean her or something. Face scan, pretty good. So if you look really closely, I don't know how good my camera will pick it up. I'll try to get a light on it, but he has red eyes. So his eyes are completely red. He has a nice sculpted on hairpiece, which again, I think this is a reuse. I think this whole figure is actually reuse of another Gambit figure that just came out like literally like last year, I believe. All right, we'll just set her down, whatever. So head scan, again, this is my first Gambit figure, so I don't have a comparison. So my apologies for people who like want comparisons in the comments, because I saw your comments. You want comparisons. Well, unfortunately, this is my first Gambit figure, which again, I knew this figure was coming out, so I just waited. But head scan, I like. Head scan's really cool. He has a nice hair flow going on there. I assume he's has a mask on. I'm assuming with his ears popping out. So that's really cool. Face scan again, really, really cool. You can really tell it's animated. That's the best part about this line, is you can tell all of these figures have an animated style to them, but it's not overly abundant, right? That's the thing. It's not overly abundant, like let's say the Spider-Verse wave, for example. It's not overly like, oh yeah, this is absolutely like a cartoon line. No, you could tell they definitely like made it like so it could fit into either shelf you have. So let's go over what he's wearing. So he's wearing a trench coat, a brown trench coat. Pretty basic. Has a slit down the middle, down the side. He has a big collar going around his back, and he has molded on sleeves, which I think are a really nice touch. I always love how the sleeves look a little molded. They add some wrinkle effects into it, so that's really cool. And then if you want to go underneath the trench coat, he's wearing a blue, vibrant, very, very vibrant pink and black suit. So this pink is different than this pink, and so we have 3 different shades of pink, and we have 2 different shades of blue. This blue on his boots are different, or is different than the blue on his chest, and the blue on his chest, whereas the staff, I don't even know where the staff went, is the exact same color, almost identical, the exact same color. So we have 2 different shades of blue, and it's a nice metallic. You can kind of see it like shining right there. So that's really cool. But he has 3 different pinks, and he has 2 different shades of blue. So let's get, I guess, down to the, torso. So again, all pink, very, very vibrant pink. Very, very vibrant pink. I don't know how well it shows on camera, but in the light, you can tell it's very, very vibrant. Again, blue collar, kind of like a gunmetal, maybe maroon or a navy blue. Now let's look on the side of the pants. No pinless. So these are pins. These are pins, but the arms are not. The arms are not pinned, but the legs are pinned. So that's interesting that they chose this over another design. But again, like I said, this figure is mostly reuse. From the retro carded line, like came out like last year. I saw this figure a couple times, I think at GameStop. So it's a reuse pretty much for the most part. But now let's go over movement. So we got head swivel, okay, so it goes completely around, but that collar in the back will absolutely affect movement if you try to go all the way to the back. But left to right, pretty good. Up, you get a lot of movement. Down, you get a ton of movement down. Wow, that's actually a pretty good movement down. Wow, that's actually a really good movement down, actually. That's probably the most movement in the head I've seen with any of these Legends so far we've reviewed. Swivel at the bicep, elbows in and out. You got the wrist, same on each move. Let's go see how high you can go up with his arms. So for some reason, I guess they're about parallel. This hand or arm goes up higher than this arm for some reason. I don't know what that's about, but needless to say, we have a ab crunch. Pretty good movement. Won't go back. Ab crunch won't go back because his trench coat is affecting that, so he can only go like that. We got a waist swivel. We have splits. He could do the splits. Not as well as the women, but again, that's pretty much expected for a male figure. I mean, just makes common sense. He had a thigh cut, a ankle. No ankle. No, he does not have an ankle pivot. Very little movement left to right, but up and down. There is no ankle movement left or up and down. Then we got the knees, again, are pinned. The knees are pinned. You can see the pins right there. So, yeah, so overall, and the last thing I want to do with this figure is actually I'm going to pop out this hand. I believe that's the hand. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm going to pop out the hand of the holding the card in between the two fingers. And I'll tell you, man, this hand does not want to come out. There we go. Okay, let me do this off camera because it would be hard for me to do it on camera. So let's see here. Okay, so here we go. We have this hand. I just wanted to show off what this looks like before I end the video. So I'm not a big fan of this hand, actually. You know, I thought I would be a big fan of this hand. And guess maybe if you want to pose it like that, I guess with the staff, I guess we'll put the staff in the other hand, obviously, because that's where it's supposed to go. I guess like that. If you want to pose them like that on your shelf, maybe. But again, yeah, right about like that, right? That's probably how you'd want to do it if you wanted to pose them like that. Maybe, I don't know. But overall, I'll take the staff out and I'll put the other hand in. Overall, I like this figure. I do. I like this figure a lot. Is it my favorite out of the three I reviewed? No. I think I like the Rogue better. Why? Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I think the Rogue is better because it's really I don't want to say it's fresh because it's really not. But at the same time, this figure, this Gambit here, is completely reuse. If you have the retro carded one from like last year or like 2020, I don't remember when it came out, but it's fairly recent. It's literally exactly the same except without the effect pieces like this and this. I believe it don't come with. I don't know. But I swear I saw it at GameStop literally like 6 months ago, so it's not that old. The other one, but this is a good figure. Like if you don't have a Gambit, you definitely could use this. You know, you could definitely have it. I'll give this figure. I'll say an 8.5. I like this storm behind very much. I like this one too, but like I said, it's reuse and the knees are pinned. So that is the reason I put this the lowest I've actually scored, but still very good though. Still very good. Don't take it for granted or don't twist it. This figure is still very good nonetheless, and a must-have if you do not have a Gambit in your collection. So this is probably how I'm going to display on my shelf, honestly. I really like this effect piece with the Ace of Hearts like this, and probably the staff in his hand, like behind them. So, guys, that being said, let me know what you think of this Gambit figure, and I'll see you guys in the next video.